going on? So I'm on my way to DoorDash in St. Louis here. I'm headed to Chesterfield. I just got my car back from the shop. I did have to put brakes on it. The weird thing is I never had, they never squealed. My brake lights never came on, nothing. 1 second they were working okay, and the next second they were metal to metal. And so I had to brace the rotors too. But somebody told me yesterday, every time he changes the pads, it changes the rotors. So, and I was at another place recently where a guy said about the same thing. So I'll just let that go. It's a good thing, right? That now I have brand new rotors too. I put that in my receipt bag. Hopefully I can take that off my taxes. I'm hoping to. So I missed a whole day of work yesterday. I'm only going to work a half day today. So, but I was going to take off the whole day today, and I feel bad. I was supposed to lead a youth church group tonight, and I'm just not going to be able to do it. I got to work. I'm not at all happy about it, but since my car was in the shop these last 2 days, I just can't afford to do it. So I'm headed there. I just want to talk a little bit about, what I've learned so far, DoorDashing. And of course, the number one thing is, you don't have to take every delivery that comes your way. I'm just like everybody else. I don't take $2 ones. I don't take $3 ones. I could never see in a million years of taking a $4 one. I don't even look at the miles or anything on those. And, I don't take anything that I might take a $4.75 if it's a mile away. I don't know, but I'm around $5 like everybody else minimum. And then I don't go to certain places. It depends on where you're at. Some people hate McDonald's. I'll tell you what, the McDonald's around Chesterfield and Ellisville are not bad at all. And what I really like about McDonald's is that they put the drinks in the bag. And that, I don't know why they're the only ones that can get that down. But I love that about them. I like McDonald's. And their deliveries usually aren't too great, but if they're not good enough, I wouldn't take them. So I do McDonald's. Here's what I don't do in the Chesterfield area. There's a Chick-fil-A in Ellisville where the drive-through lines wrapped around the street through the woods and all that. And just recently, they decided to go drive-through only there. I did see something this last week where they were starting to do curbside, but I'd have to confirm that before I went back there, because no, I'm not waiting in a drive-through line for an hour to make $9. That's not going to happen. So I don't go to Chick-fil-A in Ellisville. I also don't go to Freddy's Steak Burgers and Custard in Ellisville. They're new, and their drive-through lines right around the street. You can go in there, but they're so busy, and I've tried it 3 times now, that the last thing on their mind is anything to do with DoorDash. They're not worried about DoorDash. So I don't go to Freddy's Steak Burgers. I also don't go to Popeyes right there. And I seen a post on Facebook about Popeyes and DoorDash. I don't go to Popeyes right there. They take forever, and they're drive-through only anyway. And that's what you really got to watch for, is the drive-throughs. Jack in the Box, they're on Manchester Road. I try not to go there. Let's say this though. Let's say I was right there and I'd seen that there was nobody in the drive-thru. Maybe I would take it. But if I can't see it, I'm not taking that. Taco Bell seems okay. I've had decent luck with them, and even Wendy's there on Manchester, I've had decent luck for them. And I think why I've had decent luck with them, if you've ever been there, you can't really even get in there off of Manchester. It's crazy. It's crazy. You definitely can't get out of there. You have to go to a gas station parking lot to get out of there. But I've actually had pretty good luck there. Now the Taco Bell there on Manchester, north of Manchester a little bit, look just closed without telling anybody. But any of those fast food places, a lot of people won't go. I understand it. Hey, if the money's right, I'll go. I've actually had real good luck before later at night with McDonald's and the White Castle, way north of Manchester. One night I just picked up 3 or 4 deliveries there and just ran them right up the street, made $20 in like 20 minutes. So I will do fast food. I'm like everybody else. It doesn't excite me too much. But if the money's right, especially later at night when I'm trying to get one of my goals, I'll knock them out. So, don't take everything. Don't take $2 orders unless you want to. But, you could be betting on a hidden tip there, cash tip. I did get a $5 cash tip on a $2 delivery when I didn't know better. It can happen, but I'm not betting on it. Because I also picked up a $2.25 order one time, went to a $300,000 or $400,000 house there in Chesterfield and got nothing. And it's ridiculous. I'm going to do a video on tipping one of these days, but just crazy. I actually got on a Facebook page in my hometown. People were talking about DoorDash, and one lady did say that she doesn't tip because the drivers get paid. I said, no. And I told her, you got to calculate how far you're away from the restaurant and measure that against 20%. But if you said $10 and you're 8 miles away, you got to pay at least $2 a mile. At least $2 a mile. And but if you order $100 worth of food, you should pay 20%. You should. What's ever higher? You didn't have to get out of your house or nothing. But another tip I was talking about. I have a really good flashlight. It's more like a spotlight for at night, and it's been a godsend. One other thing that there's another place I don't go to. It's called Which. It's a sandwich shop right there on Clarkson, right there by Noodles and Company next door. Don't go there, especially during the day. Maybe I've never been there at night, but during the day, it's the worst place I've ever been. They are the slowest people ever. They warn you when you walk in the door. It says, "We are understaffed. Be patient." Well, don't believe them. Don't think for a second they're not on the level, and they are slow. I don't go there anymore. I don't especially like Noodles and Company either because they make you get the drinks. But I will go there if it's worth it. Blah blah blah. You can't have too many people on your I won't do list because you won't be doing nothing. But where do I go in Chesterfield? If you're interested, I'm not afraid to tell you. I go Clarkson. 40 right there. I usually hang out at the Old Chesterfield Mall. I usually, and this is a big thing too, where I can either jump right on Clarkson right there, go straight, and you get on Clarkson right there. You're right there for all those restaurants on Lee Oak and all that. There's about 10 of them right there on Lee Oak on both sides of the road. And then you can still get Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory can be a while. I've had good luck there and good luck on their deliveries. So plan your exit. That's another thing I always do. Speaking of Lee Oak there in Clarkson, they've got 10 shops and the parking lot's not very big. So I always park in a place where I know I can get right back on Clarkson. There might be a closer parking spot that's inside there. I don't do all that. I want to get out. And I need to walk, so I don't mind walking a few more parking spaces to have a good exit. The other thing is be patient. Be patient. There's been especially this last week, there's a few days that just started out unbelievably slow, and then they kicked in later and ended up having a pretty good day. So, especially last Sunday. Last Sunday, I was just doing absolutely nothing, and then it just popped, and I was I'm so glad I waited around. Almost made my goal even, which was really surprising. Made $100 in like 3 hours. So sometimes you got to be patient and stick it out. Another thing, man, you can get addicted to declining orders. You just because there's so much trash, and you just and then more than once last week, I get maybe I should have taken that one. I notice a lot of guys get on YouTube and they say they don't take the longer orders, and then when they do a ride along, they take them. Like, personally, I take longer orders because there's usually a better chance of hitting tip, and depending on where it goes, especially like where I'm at, if it goes down Manchester, let's say you start out on Clarkson and it goes down Manchester, you're 5 miles away from all those restaurants on Manchester, so it's worth doing that longer delivery because you're so close to the restaurants on Manchester. All the other, if it goes down to Wildwood from Clarkson, and if it's 10 miles, well, then you're 5 miles from Chesterfield Airport Road. So, I admit to taking them sometimes. Well, they got to pay at least $1.50 or real close. If it's real slow and it's between 2 and 5, I may shoot that down to $1.40, betting on the hidden tip. I've been real successful with that sometimes, but lately it's calmed down a little bit. But I will take the longer deliveries. I'll admit that right here on YouTube. Now I've seen guys that say, "Oh, I don't do those," and then when they're doing a ride along, "Oh, yeah, I'm taking this one. It's like $11 for 10 miles," and I'm like, "Well, I would never take that one. Got to be at least $1.40, $1.45, something like that. I would never do $11 10 mile. I wouldn't do that. Man, they have to be awful slow anyway. Shouldn't never say never, huh? But I wouldn't do that. But I do take them, and I've had some luck. And boy, a lot of it's where do they go? Do they go like closer to some other restaurants? That's a big thing. You might be in a bad spot, and that'll put you in a good spot. I took kind of a questionable delivery from Subway on Monday. It was $12.75, 2 stops. I was mad at myself for taking it. It might have been $11.75. I think it was $10.75. And then I was mad at myself for taking it. It was 7 miles. I knocked it out, but it was down a long road somewhere. And then I was just set up for a really good delivery out of Shotzi's that paid real good. I don't remember what it paid. Way over $2 a mile. And then that delivery went straight back up towards Clarkson. So, have a plan, have a strategy, stick to it, be disciplined. No matter how slow it gets, I'm not taking a $2 order. I'm not taking a $3 order. I don't know what it would take for me to take a $4 order. I don't think I would. $5, I don't like taking those, but I do. It's a mile away. Expect car repairs. Anything that was gonna go wrong with your car is gonna go wrong with your car if you're DoorDash. The battery I put in, it's not because I was DoorDashing. It's because my car has 120,000 miles on it. And so it was time for it to go out. So it went out. Tires, same way. It wasn't because I was DoorDashing. It was because my tires probably have 60,000, 70,000 miles on them. Same way with these brakes. I knew a year ago that soon I was going to have to replace them. So expect car repairs. I don't want this video to go on forever and ever. But DoorDashing is worth it. You got to have a strategy. You got to have a good area. The first day I ever did DoorDash, I DoorDashed in Melville, and I made $132 that night, and I didn't start till a little bit later, so it wasn't horrible. But what I noticed was cheaper deliveries, and Chesterfield has it all. Chesterfield has a million restaurants. It has an industrial area. It has all kinds of corporate area, and then $1 million houses everywhere. So that's why I drive just a little further. I'm going to have to drive the DoorDash anyway, and I don't trust my hometown to make enough money. So if I'm going to go to Arnold and Melville, I can just drive 10 minutes further to Chesterfield, where I know I'm going to make money. I do want to try Melville again. Arnold, for whatever reason, never has any time. They never, I've tried to schedule DoorDash there before, and they send me up to Melville. So, just some tips, some things to think about. This is definitely worth doing it. People tell me that they used to make a lot more and all that stuff. Well, you can't control that. I used to make a lot more too, doing other stuff, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you this. I delivered stuff before GPS. And you wouldn't believe. Well, we had to actually read a map and stuff like that. The delivery now is 20, 30, 1,000 times easier than when I did it just, a few years, 10 years ago. So some things might be worse, but some things are really better. Thanks.